Here we go. Recording on this computer. Okay, we are now recording. For those of you who don't want your faces shown, that's perfectly okay. I'm going to go and do introductions. Welcome everyone to Epic Sketch Time. Epic Sketch Time is an online drawing group. We meet once a week. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd. I'm your host, Mark Monlux, and I live in Tacoma, Washington. I'm a freelance illustrator and I've been drawing since 1985, and today I'm working on a picture of a dog. So let's go by order of appearance. Bill, I think you were first up, and then Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm Bill Morse. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator working out of Seattle, Washington. I also do a webcomic called Rhapsodies, and today I'm working on some fairy tale illustrations.
Elizabeth, you're up.
I'm Elizabeth Gazzetti, and I'm an illustrator and author out of Seattle, and I'm working on a Sasquatch.
Ooh.
Patsy, it's your turn. Oh, your microphone's not turned on, Patsy.
This is my first time checking in. I wanted to find out what you guys are doing. I'm a fine artist and founder and president of the Asia Pacific Cultural Center.
Wow. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Clary, and then Janee, and then Charlotte.
Okay. I'm Clary, and I'm the interloper from the UK, and I'm a PhD student who's studying visual humor and a wannabe cartoonist. And I'm working on a Zen doodle today. I'm big into Zen at the moment, and I've been listening to John Cage and stuff. So there you go. That's me.
I am Janee Trasler, and I'm a children's book author and illustrator. I'm the interloper from Texas, and I am working on a emergent reader today.
Charlotte, your turn.
I'm Charlotte Silva. I'm not interloping except from Lacey. And I just enjoy drawing and cartooning. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's a lifesaver.
Mhm.
And Katie, we'd hear you complaining if you turn on your microphone. So
Hi, good evening. I'm Katie Cord. Sorry if you guys heard my technical difficulties. I'm from Bonnie Lake, Washington, and I am going to be drawing a Snoopy Zodiac mashup.
Oh,
Whoa.
I'm still working on those Valentine's Day cards, guys.
Zodiac the constellations, right?
Yes, no, not Zodiac Killer.
I'm sorry, I'm having an exceptionally sick mind today.
Okay.
So I haven't been to the post office yet, Katie, to see if my package has showed up, because I know you said you sent it in the mail.
It actually is still sitting here on my desk with a
Oh,
stamp
okay,
on it.
then I won't stress about it.
So don't go for a couple more days.
And I'm going to go ahead and make the screen share active for people who have that capability. And if with your permission, I'd like to show you a couple of drawings. The first one is a pet portrait I'm working on, which was, let's see, how do I click on this button, click on that, hit the share. I'm getting faster at this. There we go. So this is a,
He's
And,
adorable.
yeah, that's not normally how I draw his eyes, but the client asked me to do a Disneyfication, so that's what I'm going with. And last Friday, Bill and Janee and I, Janee, you were on the National Cart.
I was.
And Bill, we went to this National Cartoonist open house where for 2 hours you could talk with other syndicated cartoonists and learn about the National Cartoonist Society. And I took only a few notes given that it was 2 hours. But one of the things that I'll probably do is go in and use Fontifier, which allows you to, they print out a form and you can actually see me gesture if I get rid of the screen share. You fill out a form with how you do all your handwriting, and then they'll make a font out of it so that you can type it in really quickly. And a friend of mine was suggesting that instead of doing uppercase fonts, I just do another set of lowercase fonts and make a second set of fonts that were all uppercase. And that way, when you have a word like, say, cassette with 2 T's or 2 S's, because I always misspell cassette, you can type in a second lowercase s and have it not look like it's mirror identical to the next one. And because I do a lot of sketchnoting like that, it'll make things go a lot faster if I could just type it out rather than draw it out.
Yeah, I have a share too now. As I said, I'm doing children's fairy tale illustrations. I'm happy to say I just finished the first one, barring a few little nitpicks that I keep noticing every time I post it. Oh, come on. Nope. Looks like I'm sorry. It's and so here is what I just finished. The boy who did not know fear.
Oh,
I think that's improved a great deal from the last time you showed it around, Bill.
Yeah, no, I am pretty pleased with it. It took forever, mainly because of the shading, but I'm very happy with it. But on the other end, this is the one that I'm working on right now, the juniper tree.
I love the flying bird in that one. It's really lovely. Is it a famous fairy tale? I don't know the juniper tree story.
It's one of the lesser known ones from the original Grimm collection, because it is one of the grimmer ones. The wicked stepmother is exceptionally wicked in this one. But happily, it is also one of the few ones I'm aware of where the stepsister is not wicked. But at the moment, I think I want to move everything to the right, because I think I'm getting dangerously close to cropping the tip of that wing. But otherwise, I'm pleased so far.
Now, is there a reason why you picked that size format, Bill?
It was the standard 8.5 by 11 that. But it's not compulsory.
Yeah, I think you could just grab every layer and just nudge it over to the left a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
Now, the way you can do that in Procreate is by putting everything in a group, and then you can just select the group and then just grab that group and move it.
Okay.
And I think there's a way you could actually grab multiple layers at the same time to put them in a group, but I don't remember how to do that.
Yeah, there's I technically know the trick, but every time I try it, I get it wrong and accidentally duplicate things.
If you hold the layer, hold the top layer, just click it, and then swipe from left to right on every one you want to go into group. Just swipe, 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 and then you click make group or group at the top.
Okay.
And then you can move the whole group at once.
I thought that if you went from left to right really fast on the layer, it would clear the layer.
That's a right to left, I think. Here, wait, I'll show
Oh,
you.
okay. So you go from right to left and then back again is
No,
the clearing?
No, just left to right makes it. Here, wait, let's see. Share screen. You probably hear my puppy. She's building a nest there. All right, let me see if I can make this work. Oh no, that was bad. I just filled my layer. Okay, screen mirroring. Okay, it's working on it. Yeah, let me close this one because this is something silly. Okay, so if I want to make these a group, like so, I'm clicking. Okay, I'm clicking on one, and then I swipe from left to right. See?
Okay. Oh, I see. And it
Yeah.
highlights them.
Yeah, and then you hit up at the top, you hit group, and it makes a group.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that's the fastest way I know. Since I've got this here, this is what I'm at the blob stage. I call it blob sketches, where they're just blobs at this point, but it's something I'm working on. So
I call it balloon sketching. So
what sketching?
Balloon.
I call it blob because they're just blobs at this point. So I go from blobs to roughs to tight, like that order.
Janee, you're in Texas, aren't you?
I am.
And last time I came, you couldn't get in because I think there were power cuts. Is that right?
Yes, it was very cold, and it was I don't know what it is in Celsius, so I can't really tell you, but it was the coldest it's been in since the 40s here,
Right.
since the 1940s, and we had no power for a total of 38 hours.
Oh.
And we were very cold. We were very happy to have puppies because he stuck a couple of puppies under the blankets. He's somewhat warm.
And what have you got coal fires? How are you keeping warm?
No, I have a fireplace, but we've been here 20 years and we've never used it once. And so I was afraid of carbon monoxide because it's never been cleaned.
Mhm.
So, and when we when we bought the house, people said, you need to get that fireplace cleaned. And we never did because we just don't use it.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was just puppies. We stayed warm via puppies.
Puppy power, nice.
It worked.
Very environmentally friendly puppy power.
It got so warm under the blankets that one of them crawled out and said, I've had enough of this. And she got on top of the blanket. So
Yeah, I mean, I know this sounds bizarre. It almost makes me feel sentimental because my folks' house in Providence, Rhode Island has a really nice fire in the living room. And if
that would be nice.
something as bad as if it gotten that cold, we certainly would have been taking advantage of that.
I've got a little coal fire. Old-fashioned person that I am.
My puppies earned their keep for the very first time in their whole little lives.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a senior Chihuahua and a puppy. She's called a Chiweenie or a Weenie Wawa. She's half dachshund, half Chihuahua.
That was the one that was behind you at the beginning. It's funny because I don't know if it's because of the scale or whatnot. When you said Chihuahua, I remembered you said you had Chihuahuas earlier, but looking at it just from behind your back, it looked like some sort of hound mix. But
yeah, that one's half dachshund and half Chihuahua. She looks more dachshund, but the Chihuahua. I was so embarrassed last week when every time I had to turn on my audio because my Chihuahua, she was snoring so loudly. I was so embarrassed. I just thought, oh my God, that they think I ate like cabbage and beans together or
Oh
something.
dear.
Oh.
Well, my dog's down there playing too. And every once in a while, I'm like, just play quieter. But I don't think anybody can actually hear her.
I haven't heard her, but I don't know if I could hear her over the snoring over here. So
Katie, you've got tiny little dogs, don't you? Little teacup things.
I have some Chihuahua mixes. They have a little bit of everything in them, but they are super tiny. Well, actually, in the world of Chihuahuas, they're not that small. Trenta, she is 4 pounds, and then Gracie has now exceeded her and is 4.5 pounds, but still is shorter. But yeah, they're little infernos. Like they really are little furnaces. And they get hot. Like she was saying, sometimes they'll be in the bed with us and they'll get hot and they'll come to they'll come up and they'll have their little heads peeking out of the covers, breathing heavy. But we also have our lab chow retriever mix, she's right at 70 pounds, Haley. But yeah, no, I love my little Chihuahuas. They're something else. But they have, I think the guy we got them off, he was like, I think they have a little Jack Russell. I think they have a little Pomeranian. Yeah, they have a lot. They mostly look like Chihuahuas, though.
the name Haley is cute. I have Inky, Tinky, and Pixie Belle.
So when she was little, she had it almost looked like a Harlequin mask on her eyes. And it was like this really cute little diamond mask. And so we actually started out calling her Harley for like Harley Quinn. And one day she would never respond to it. And one day I accidentally said Haley instead of Harley. And she came to me and that was the end of it.
Oh, that's cute. When my husband and I got married, I had a dog named Josh, and my husband would call him and stuff, and he'd never come. And we just thought, wow, Josh just really hates you. And then one day I said, hey, because my husband's English, I said, instead of saying Josh, try saying Josh. And he goes, Josh. And the dog runs over there and leaps on him. And he's like, why the dog? He hates me.
Wow.
Well, my dog's name is Walnut, and her original name, like from the person who bred her, her name was Serena, which doesn't fit her at all. Her name should have been Walnut from the beginning. She's a real goofball.
That's cute. Is she dark? Is she walnut colored?
She was brown when she was born, and now she's kind of like a mocha color with black markings, and then it looks like some white's coming in. She's a 1.5 years, so she's beginning to change. And poodles don't keep brown very well. Like a lot of poodles lose their brown.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what she is in like 6 months, and then I'll know what color she'll be for the next 10 years.
Now, is she one of the poodles that their fur constantly grows, so you have to give them a haircut? I know that because I know the real standard poodle, they have to have a haircut all the time.
So does Walnut. Even the little ones need haircuts all the time. She gets a haircut every 3 months, a little less in the winter, a little more in the summer. In fact, she just got a haircut because we were kind of waiting for everything to die down, and it looked to be spring.
I used to have a Great Dane, and one of the reasons we picked it was because they only shed twice a year. And I have a problem with long animal fur. And Great Danes have really short fur. So it worked out really well. I love that dog. Wonderful dog.
What have you got now, Mark? Have you got a dog still?
Oh no, no dogs right now. We decided to go pet. We had the last pet we had was a cat. We had her for nearly 20 years. And so we decided to go. It would be nice to be petless for a while so that we could travel without having to worry about putting it. And then once you know, COVID hit and we haven't been out of the house.
We've got a real puppy epidemic happening. Everybody's getting puppies in the UK. They've run out of puppies. And people have started to steal dogs now. They're so desperate to have puppies that we've got people stealing dogs problem. It's very strange.
Yeah, in this country, they're shooting people for them.
Oh yeah, did you hear about Lady Gaga's dogs?
Yes. It made BBC News. You know, we have I listen to 5 minutes of news in the morning, so that's limited what they can put on. Lady Gaga was one of the top stories. And it went on, and then they found the dog because everyone's delighted. Big news here. It was nice news though. Fluffy and nice when they returned.
Well, one of the reasons that French bulldogs are so expensive is that they can't give birth naturally. Their old births are all done through cesarean.
Oh.
And so that drives up the cost.
Is that right? Wow.
That's
I hadn't heard about that specifically, though I knew that a lot of those breeds had trouble. I'd heard that with Russian Borzois, but
what is a Russian Borzoi?
Those really, Russian wolfhounds. The really thin ones with the really pointed noses.
Really?
Pictures of them. Essentially, they're bred for these they're bred to have these really narrow hips, which does not do any favors for childbirth.
Oh.
Oops, I was just going to ask what she was working on, and then she left. I don't think we were keeping her interest. Oh well. Charlotte, what are you working on?
I'm working on something I haven't done in a long time. I'm working on a picture of my little, just a sketch of my little dog. And I haven't really drawn from real life in a long time. And I haven't really drawn in a long time because of mostly caretaking.
Does it feel good?
It feels good. It would feel better if I knew I could do it without saying, am I needed yet? But I'm making sure I'm getting that time in because it helps.
I'm glad you are. My dad, the last 2 years of his life, I had to nurse him. Basically, I had to do medical stuff every hour on the hour, and I lost myself. And it was about 4 years before I really got my creative mojo back. So take care of yourself.
That's kind of how I feel like, because it's easy to get lost in that, you know.
It is. It is.
And then with working full time and having things going stupid at work, you know, it's just sometimes I don't know where my brain stands. But
yeah, this is good. This is good. You're drawing then. Good.
Yeah. And inspirational because you guys are talking about dogs, and it's my little King Charles, my husband. Actually, we were going to go dogless because he's not an animal person. And then I was just going to go pet the puppies. That's all I was going to do. And he saw these other dogs picking on the little King Charles puppy. And he looked up at me. He goes, "You can have him."
Oh.
That's such a nice
Mr.
story.
Softy gave in.
Well, honestly, before Walnut, we lost 2 dogs in 1 year. They were both old, by the way. They were twins, so one just followed the other. And my husband was like, "No more dogs. I can't go through that." 3 months later, we had Walnut. And it was him who said, "I changed my mind. You should find yourself a puppy."
Yeah, my mini poodle died shortly before I got Pixie Belle, and I wasn't going to get one, but my Chihuahua was just like, I mean, she got really clingy and stuff. So I thought, well, we better get one. And then we found what you found, Clary. It was very hard to find a dog, a small dog. It was very, very difficult. They'd all been snapped up because of the pandemic. So we got really lucky.
Good.
Well, I'm holding out for my big dog. I had a big black Aussie Lab mix. I think she was a little bit newfie also, but I really loved having her around. But no big dogs yet.
Maybe
when I retire.
Matter of time.
Yeah, I sometimes think I'd like one, but I don't really have enough room for one in this place.
Get a
And-
Great Dane.
Really?
A Great Dane is the perfect apartment dog. You take it for one walk,
Mhm.
no more. It doesn't even have to be more than a mile. You know, I have this huge yard. What does my Great Dane do? As soon as I take him for a walk in the morning, he lays there like a breathing carpet. It doesn't move all day long. That's all he does, just lie there.
But it's
But-
massive though. Bill would
Well-
have to move out of his own place to fit the dog in.
There is a side effect that it's hard to leave your dog with people when they're the size of a couch. So
Is that a Marmaduke dog?
yes,
Okay.
And a Scooby-Doo too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
so mine was
Although I
the-
did hear they purposely made him defective so that, no, Marmaduke, one of them they made purposely defective. Did you hear that?
No.
that
The
Marmot-
cartoonist made one of them purposely not meet any of the standards of the dog breed because they didn't want to get sued to
Oh.
be
That was-
like
that was
Marmaduke. I
probably
think it might have been Scooby-Doo.
I hadn't
Yeah.
heard that, but I remember hearing, I happened to hear the animator creator of most of the Hanna-Barbera designs speak once, and he was saying they came up with Scooby-Doo because generally with a lot of these kids cartoons, if the gang had a dog, it would be a beagle or a pit bull or something. And so he's saying, let's go completely opposite, make it this huge Great Dane.
Hmm.
Scooby's like my favorite.
Good girl, woman.
I think Snoopy. If we're choosing cartoon dogs.
Snoopy is a great dog.
Yeah.
He is.
Though as a close second, as far as favorite dogs in comics, is the dog from Footrock Flats.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Oh, I have to make a note. I don't know that one. Foot Rock.
Oh, it's awesome. That's an awesome series.
Mhm.
Good tip. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all about this. It's all about this sheep farm in in the North Island of New Zealand, and the dog is a Australian shepherd who is about as imaginative as Snoopy is.
Sounds cool.
And the reason he's called the dog is that he was named by his owner's aunt, and apparently it's something extremely embarrassing. Considering what she's named her other dogs. For example, she has a corgi named Prince Charles. You can only imagine what the name is that the dog goes apoplectic about when somebody so much as tries to mention it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a great series.
Yeah.
Who's the creator of that one?
What is his name? Murray. Just give me a second.
Come on. I think they made a television show out of it in Australia too.
I don't know about a television show, but there was a movie. I think
Oh, movie, yeah, movie.
find where I put my my collection, but I'm pretty sure it's Marie Boll.
Thank you. I'm sure I can find it if I Google. Sorry to disturb your work there, Bill.
No worries, but it's something very much worth binging.
Yeah.
Cool.
I bought a bunch of the books. Well, not a bunch, but I bought several of the books off of eBay when I first discovered it. And then I really wanted to see the movie.
For
And I couldn't
me,
get a hold of that.
For me, I discovered them completely by accident because Maureen, no, not Maureen, but a friend of mine had a few of them at this weekend resort they were throwing, and my parents just happened to be. My father was just happening to have a sabbatical in New Zealand that year. I'm saying, could you send me some copies of this?
Oh my God.
So I have almost the complete set.
Great. Can I ask everyone a cartooning question?
Okay.
It's a bit off dogs and camellias and, you know. I've been struggling an awful lot with expressions lately. Like I've been trying to do a cheeky expression. Cheeky really kills me. I cannot get cheeky in an
Where's
expression.
your mirror in front of is your mirror there in front of your drawing?
I tried to draw myself looking cheeky, but it didn't translate. And then I've got all of these books around. So I thought, okay, I'm going to figure out how everyone else does expressions. And it seems to me that everybody does them differently. And all the cartooning manuals and the comic studies, how-to books, everybody's got a slightly different system. And it just makes me confused. So I've been through about 10 books and I still don't know how to do it.
Bill, which book of Scott McCloud's has the expression grid
I
on it?
believe that is the first one.
No, I've checked that one out. Do you mean Making Comics? Making Comics has grid, but those heads are quite realistic, and I want it to be cartoony. So I want minimal cartoony, not kind of this perfect superhero manga type head, which is what McCloud's doing on that page.
Yeah, I mean,
But does he have cheeky in there? Because I'm kind of curious what he considers to be.
Doesn't have cheeky. Nobody has cheeky.
But do they have like
and let me make
playful or
sure I'm getting
sarcastic?
let me make sure I have my British to American terms. Like when you say cheeky, we're saying slightly mischievous and such.
Yeah, like kind of
one of these, I'm up to something smiles.
Exact. Well, they've got insincere in some of the cartooning books, and insincere is about as close as you can get, but they always make insincere look like it's a malevolent liar. And I don't want malevolent liar. I want someone who's being playful. So
there's a picture,
right? Like
there's a photograph of Gwendolyn Christie, which has this absolutely wonderful pixie-ish smile that I'd recommend if you can find it. There's several of pictures of her where she has this absolutely wonderful, what I refer to as a pixie-ish smile, which is simultaneously cute and so different from anything you'd expect from Brienne of Tarth.
I don't know her. What does she do?
She's best known for playing Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones passed me by. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed. You know, it's obviously massive.
I think
I'm iPadding it now.
Let me see if I actually have that picture I'm talking about.
I'm going to do a share screen situation. Just a moment. I'm trying to think if there's a similar expression in Japanese manga when it's iconized into a chibi expression. I want to see if this is possibly the expression you're going for is,
Oh, this is the one here. I found, here's the one oh,
sorry, Bill, am I taking over?
yes, you are.
Okay, well,
Well, I think you're both wonderful for having ideas. Oh, that's kind of cute.
so this is what the Japanese do. They have a straight line going across on the mouth,
Hmm.
and
Do you-
then
And what
a
I-
little it's a little bit of a consternation expression, but depending on what you do with the eyes, whether or not you make them long and upright like this,
Hmm.
or if you
because for cartoony, what I would imagine is almost a perfect U, but slightly pursed at the same time.
Hmm. A pursed U.
But if
go ahead, Bill, I'm gonna stop
Okay.
sharing. You can go ahead and share.
okay, but anyway,
I'm after you.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye,
But-
Jenny.
No,
Sketch.
I'm gonna share after him what I think of.
Oh, okay.
I
I
this is-
drew one while I was waiting.
this is not a cartoon, but this is the image I was telling you about. Is that what?
Yes, that is quite a good. Gwendolyn Christie. Did you just find that with Google Image?
And I probably could have, but I'm a complete pack rat, and this is in my VIP actress folder.
VIP actress folder. I love that you have one.
Well, before the internet, everybody, most illustrators had a reference file of images that we'd pull from. I had binders full of the stuff.
What happened to them?
Actually, it kept expanding until it filled a closet because someone gave me their clip art library. And then once I had the internet, I pretty much took all of I wanted space, so I took it all and I gave it to a high school.
Oh, so nice.
But because I don't expect for anything I find online to be there forever, I generally download them whenever I see something good.
Now,
That's cheeky to
that-
me.
Oh, I love that.
there is another mouth expression that's often used in manga. And so I'll show you that.
Okay, I'll stop sharing and then you can take over.
Okay.
I think that it's clever, the little hand.
Yeah, that to me,
Yeah.
kind of
Giggly, cheeky
Yeah.
hand. It's really
Mhm.
clever. Thank you. That's really cool. So have you all got little shortcuts? So you know how to do expressions now, you know your way to do them, and you just shortcut it all the time.
Well, you learn a lot by watching and looking at other sources, like watching anime. And I have a whole series of web comics that I read every morning because those particular artists that I select are fantastic at oh, hang on, I should get my screen sharing going here. Come on. There we go. So this little cat mouth, if you look back at the illustration that Bill had, the girl's smile was up, high, and then kind of her lips looked like this. And the Japanese found that this little cat smile, or even talking like this, often gave a cheeky expression.
Cat smile. It's a good way to remember it.
It's like one of my personal like challenges. Like I like to get as much expression out of as few lines as possible.
Mm.
Now,
like-
here's another trick that, okay, take away this mouth. In America, we tend to, when we think about smiles, we tend to think about both lips curving like this to make a smile.
Mm.
But that's not how the Japanese do it. If you really want to show joy in Japan, you have the lower curvature, but the upper lip goes up. And that expression is way more joyful than anything you can get with something like that.
Mm. So you're a fan of the manga style of expression?
Oh, I love what they come up with in manga. That they have all this shorthand of visual expression because they've got this long history of taking very complex, you know, they'll have their really popular big-eyed, you know, big pupils characters with the big heads, and then they'll turn around in the next frame, show that exact same character in a quick icon, overly simplified. And I love how they just will morph how a person looks to get the expression across. The expression is more important than the face or contour consistency.
Interesting.
So I'll go ahead and stop on that. Well, you guys want to see what I drew today earlier?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
This is for National Weather Person Day.
Nice.
National Weather Person Day, that exists. That's great fun.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what do you do on National Weather Person Day? Celebrate a weather person?
Yeah. And let's see. So this one is for National Pizza Day.
That one's cute.
Nice teeth.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is for Umbrella Day.
Aw.
A day for everything in the States. Have you got a National Cartoonist Day?
I
Yeah,
wouldn't be,
Of course.
May 5th, right? Same with Cinco de Mayo, right? Isn't it? Or is it the May 4th? I can't remember.
this is the one I did for National Carrot Cake Day.
You have a day celebrating carrot cake. I think I should move to the States. It's so much more fun there.
And let's see. And this is the one I did yesterday. I need to change this layer.
Oh, that came out well.
Yeah, this
Love
is
that.
Aw.
Lovely, minimal, gorgeous image.
Share a Smile Day. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go.
Who decides that these days are existent?
Well, there's a lot of lobbyists will lobby for things like the cheesecake concerns lobbied for National Cheesecake Day. And if you go into National Day on a Google, you'll see that often there's like 3 or 4 things happening on a particular day. Like, I wonder what today is. Let me take a quick look. Oh, I should stop sharing. That's
Did
just,
you were you commissioned to do all of these days, or is it kind of a way
It's
to
kind
connect?
it's kind of
with different
push-ups for him that he's going to do in a calendar eventually.
groups? Clever.
well, one of my sister-in-law gave me a day calendar with a bunch of national things on it. And I thought, look at these simple illustrations. I can draw better than this. I bet if I put some of these things together, I could sell it to a licensing company. So I thought, well, I'll try to keep myself down to like half an hour each day and just draw something really quick.
Yeah, I'm sort of trying to decide my next big project, as currently my current big project has been a Clash of Kings challenge.
That's the George R.R. Martin thing, right?
Yeah.
When you're doing an illustration for each chapter.
That is
You
correct.
finished that? Because that's
I'm
immense.
I'm about I have 8 chapters to go, so it could be so I'm figuring I have anywhere between a month or a month and a half. And I figure for the next one I do, I want to have stuff that I can use without having to worry about a cease and desist order.
Yeah.
So currently I kind of started doing little scenes from the cast of my comic strip, which I started yesterday. If anybody's curious, it's on my
Okay, so yesterday was a whole lot of lists of national things. There was a National Daggum That's Good Day, National Fruit Compote Day.
Was that gum that is good day?
Dadgum That's Good.
Dad
Oh.
gum, that's good.
For a second there, I thought you said bad gam and saying, why
I
would
did
they celebrate
too.
anything wrong with their legs?
I did too.
Then
I thought
there's a it's also March 1st was also Horse Protection Day, National Minnesota Day, National Peanut Butter Lovers Day, and oh man, I'm gonna pick this last one, National Pig Day. Also Self-Injury Awareness Day. I'm kind of going, that's not nearly as good as the National Pig Day. Today is World Teen Mental Wellness Day, National Banana Cream Pie Day, National Old Stuff Day.
National old stuff?
Old stuff.
All right, that's my day.
And also today is National Read Across America Day, otherwise known as Dr. Zeus Day. But if it's on a Wednesday, it moves to the closest school day. I mean, if it's on a weekend, it moves to the closest school day.
Cool.
So,
If I remember correctly, the people at CPAP were having a fuss over Dr. Seuss Day.
And tomorrow is National Anthem Day, National Cold Cuts Day, National I Want to Be Happy Day, National Mulled Wine Day.
Ooh, nice.
And then Soup It Forward Day.
What? Soup?
Soup. As an
Soup it
S-U-
forward. You make soup for someone?
I guess so. Or maybe you make soup and you put it in the freezer. I have no idea
I
about
heard forward.
That's
Was
true.
it meaning that
Maybe.
you make your car soup, as in soup up your car, in the verb sense?
Well,
Oh, that would even be more exciting.
May 5th is National Cartoonist Day.
May
Something
5th.
you know.
And what do you do on May 5th as cartoonists?
I have no.
You go buy a cartoon, a comic book.
Comic book.
And don't you get a free one?
It's
Or get
free.
a free one.
You get a free
Oh,
one.
right, a free comics day.
Yeah, it's Free Comic Books Day.
That's a different day from National Cartoonist Day, though.
Yeah, I think so.
There'd be quite a challenge for you, Bill, if you did all of the national days. That'd take ages.
Because I actually did it for a couple of weeks last year as a way of getting Instagram fodder up.
Didn't you show off the one you did for National Dress Up Your Pet Day? I don't think these people have seen it. And I will show the one that I did for National Dress Up Your Pet Day once you show yours.
Okay, it'll take me a moment to find it.
Okay.
But I made a sticker out of it.
Hey, Janee, did you dress up your little dogs?
No, you know what? When it was so cold, I tried to put sweaters on them, and within like seconds, they had wriggled out of them and were like, "Nuh-uh."
That is so funny. My dogs are like that too. you would literally think you were killing it. They do this like weird paralysis thing when you put coats on them. They're like, I can't move.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Killing me.
I love it.
That's brilliant. It's bonkers, but it's brilliant.
Also, Walnut does love costumes.
I
He's got-
had a little
and
mini
sweaters.
poodle who loved sweater. I mean, he would basically like, he would like kind of hold out his arms out for you to put his sweater on so he could be warm again. But these two are like,
Yeah. My dog Rosie loved sweaters too before she passed. And then her brother only wore one because he was like, well, you're putting one on my sister. I guess I'm getting one too. But I was able to put on, like, because I started them young, I did dress them up as knights once.
Now, I tried to put a sweatshirt on my Great Dane, but his chest was too deep. So we ended up actually making him a horse blanket that draped over the top of him, and we would Velcro it on the front. And
Here it is.
he loved that. And in wintertime, he wouldn't go outside. He'd go over and stand next to his blanket for him to be put on because he didn't like getting cold at all. So.
Okay, here it is.
Oh. No, that's a great expression.
I threw in the original version before I made a sticker out of it on the Instagram page. I had the caption, "Today is National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Please use restraint."
Okay, everybody, I am going to do a screen grab. So if everyone will hold up your hand or do something. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay.
I forgot.
There you go.
Oh,
good job.
I think
Oh my
for the
gosh,
short time I
that's
did it, it turned
gorgeous.
out okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Well done.
Wait, when you took
I'm
that
happy.
screen capture, we should have made Clary do cheeky.
And for one quick thing, I think it is ready. It is officially ready for color now, but see what you all think. This is. Wait a minute.
Is that Walnut Barking?
Yeah, it is. I think she's by her door.
As I said, I think it's ready for coloring.
oh yeah, that looks pretty good, Bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks great.
Yeah, it's not. It's good you moved that wing away from the edge. That was just
Yeah.
kissing.
Mhm.
That's a good call.
I'm sort of I haven't decided what color I'm going to make the bird, considering this is mostly going to be almost entirely green, besides the girl and the gravestone.
Then it should be red to really make the bird pop, or an
Okay.
orange. You know, if you're going to have old cool colors in the background. Oh, people, it is 5:30.
Dun dun dun.
You
Is
have
it
spent
pumpkin
yet
time?
another hour drawing away your life.
Is this your young
Yay!
Sheldon night, Mark?
Pardon me?
Is this your young Sheldon night?
No, that's Thursday night.
Oh, that's when the drink and draw thingy was. Okay.
Yeah, that was when Bill's drink and draw was. Bill hosts a drink and draw once a month with Cartoonist Northwest. I don't think, are there any more drawing sessions scheduled this week, Bill? I don't think there are.
It was pretty much flat, though. I recommend there's a criticism, there's a critique group that I recommend put out by the illustration department.
And is that Pacific or East Coast time, and what time is that? And where could people find it?
At Pacific time, it is on It is at 6 o'clock. Sign up for the illustration. I think you sign up. If you sign up for the illustration department's forum, the link is there.
So that's not on Eventbrite, but on a Facebook page, or?
I don't know if he has a Facebook page, but it's on his forum. And if you put it on with joining the forum, it puts you on the mailing list and he sends the link.
Okay, and that's called the Illustration Society?
Illustration Department.
The Illustration Department. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me this week.
Hey, Mark, I had a
Thank
quick question
you.
I just thought about. Did they tell you how to get an invite to the Discord server?
Oh, yes, you have to be in, you need to get, are you on Discord?
I'm on Discord.
Okay, I'm on Discord, so you need to be invited in.
Yes,
Let's see, the person's name is, let me see if I can give you his email address. I'm just going to stop recording,
Okay.
but I'm not going to go off. I just want to stop this.